Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to install a radio door as well. It's fairly simple. Now, this is for the AP1 models. AP2 is a bit different. You got to remove a few more things, but for the AP1, it's fairly straightforward. So, hop inside your car. And then it's fairly straightforward. You're just going to basically wiggle this radio door left to right, and that will pull this whole plastic piece off. If it's your first time doing this, it might be a little bit harder. Just be careful and don't break any clips. Okay, maybe a yank up here. There we go. Once you get the clips out, it's easy. Then close the door and there, pull it out just like that. Okay, so next, want to go ahead and bring the radio door over here. So now the tools needed is, I recommend you use a tool that's very thin in size that can just easily just kind of poke through. And then I would also recommend you grab a pair of pliers. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, so I'm installing the CR type radio door here. That's the part number. Now I have done this before, so my pins are actually pretty easy to poke out, but if you haven't done this before, it might be a little bit harder. Oh, I almost forgot, you actually might even need a hammer, believe it or not. Okay, so go ahead and open up the radio door, and you're going to locate these two pins right there, that pin there and that pin there. Now on this side there is a spring, so just be careful when you take it out, because you do need that spring. If you don't have that spring, your radio door is not going to open properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out this side pin first. So if you can just grab it, great. Just go ahead and grab it out there. If it's being a bit stubborn, okay, see, that one's being a bit stubborn. So you're gonna take your pin, poke it through this hole here, and just give it a nice tap there. And see, it came out a bit more. Why is it being so difficult? There we go. Okay, see, this pin is coming out now. This is the one with the spring on the side, so you want to be careful. Keep that pin safe. Okay. And let's do the other side now. See if we can get a grip here. Okay, no, still not. So let's go ahead and give that another tap. That's got to do it. There we go. Okay, so this came out a bit more. Should be enough to grip it now. All right, there we go. So this is out now. Keep that pin safe. All right, so now I'm gonna pull the radio door out. But remember, there is a spring on this side, on the driver side. So just want to be careful you don't lose that spring, because we have to reuse it. Okay, door is out and there's a spring. Okay, so the orientation of the spring is that this little flap will be pointing downwards. Okay, so you can put that in the correct orientation right here. All right, so that door can go away. And let's install the CR door now. All right, so to install the CR door, you're just gonna simply plop that in. So plop that in like so, and it fits. Perfect. Sorry, before you actually plop that in, you want to reinstall the spring on the left hand side. So remember the orientation. So that little flap should be pointing outwards. And the trick is you actually want to bend this there's a little tab right here. I hope the lighting is good enough to see. There's a little tab right there. You're gonna bend the spring so that it rests right on that tab. Okay, this will make the install a lot easier. You wanna see this little notch here? This notch here, you're gonna want that spring to rest on this notch. I hope that, here, maybe like that notch right there. Okay, that tab right there, you're gonna make this spring rest on that tab right here, and then you're gonna make it rest on that notch. So that, there we go. All right, there we go, I finally got it in. Okay, so now we just simply have to put these pins back into the holes. So grab your pliers. And what you could do is, you could just look directly at it. So we wanna, if you see light going through it, that means the holes are lined up. Just use your fingers. Okay, just slide that right in. And if it slides in easily, that means you got it lined up correctly. All right, just like that. And same thing for the other side now. For the other side, you're just gonna make sure the holes are lined up correct. All right, go ahead and pop that in. All right, there you go. See that pin slid in pretty easily. So now you just also wanna just slightly, I guess, push the pin in a bit more. There we go. And you don't have to make it flush, because if you make it flush, it'll be harder to remove it if you ever have to remove it. So in this case, yeah. So the spring is set there. So as you can see there, the spring is rested. And let's test it out. So you hold it up like this to test it out. It closes, and when you push it, it should open just like that. Great. And then to reinstall it, you just simply clip it back on. So you're gonna grab a radiator and just install it back like so. Make sure all the clips are good. Okay, and then make sure your radiator closes. And you can see it sits nice and flush. Make sure it opens.